Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Rollercoin leak system has been released and we have to talk about the good things, the bad things and the worst things about this update. First up, what is the leak system? The leak is going to put you with other people in your mining power category, basically in one of those leagues, and then you will participate against those people in a mining pool that is now not global anymore, but it now is a league specific mining pool. And when you are clicking here on this button, you will open a new page where you can find all of the leagues, and basically the information that you will see here is not only the specific requirements to get into a league, but also the block rewards and the coins that you potentially can mine. For example, if you're just starting out the game, then you will be in bronze 1, you have 0 mining power basically, and all the way to 5p you're gonna stay in this league, and you only can mine the roller token, season token, Bitcoin and Litecoin, and all of these 4 coins have different mining pool allocations here in this case. And then depending on the active users in this example, you will basically get nothing because there's way too many people for way too less payout per 10 minutes in this case. And once you are growing to a certain level of mining power, you are going to basically get out of this league and you're gonna jump into the next one, like here bronze 2 for example, you need 5p, and at that point you will participate against 10,000 active people that are actually in this category here, which have in between 5p to 30p of mining power. And here you also can already go with the Binance token. So basically every single league you unlock will come with new tokens to be unlocked, which I think is quite a good system at this point, because at the beginning I always recommend anyways that you go with roller token, and the lower accounts make such a tiny amount in, for example, Bitcoin or Litecoin or any of the equivalent in those tokens, that you basically anyways should never think about withdrawing and stuff, or even about the income of the account at that point, because it's gonna be such tiny numbers that it's kind of irrelevant and you should focus on growing. So basically roller token all the way. And then here starting 30p you're gonna be in bronze 3, and as you can see you are unlocking Polygon at this point, and it keeps going like this. Here you have XRP and so on, and the higher you grow your mining power, the better the league gonna be that you are in, and potential earnings are also going to grow. From what I can tell at the moment is that the higher your league, the better the earnings are going to be, and I think that is very fair. You should focus on growing your account rather than earnings, so it's something that you should not even pay attention to at this point. But from what I can tell from the Discord, from people's experiences, everyone is earning kind of a lot less at the moment in those lower leagues, and starting gold 3 here with 5A or more, people start to actually earn a little bit more depending on the mining pool that you allocate. The one thing that I think that's highly complicated now with having a league system like this and like different mining pools depending on the league, when you are growing, let's say from gold 2, you are a new player, you are here with 2A, you are growing to 5A, and you're gonna now jump the league basically, you would need to compare the block rewards. And as you can see here in the roller token block reward, you have 1.5 roller token at the moment inside of gold 2 per block, and here you have like 2.8k people, and in this one you have 4 roller token almost, but you only have 2.4k people. But this kind of people here have in between 5A to 15A, meanwhile these people here have only 2A to maximum 5A. So basically it is a little bit harder now to tell what amount of roller token you're gonna earn by actually jumping this league and go to gold 3 in this case, because here you do not actually have the overview that you have for your own league. Basically when you scroll down you see the total power that you have, and then you have a button here with the league power, and depending on the league you are currently in, you only see the power of that league. That makes it very hard to tell if it's worth it at the moment for you to basically get into the next league, or if you should stagnate for a moment and wait it out. But that being said, anything below Platin 1 or Platin 2, maybe even Platin 3, there's a clear answer to this. Basically just keep growing. On average talking, the people in Platin 3 earn a little less than those in Diamond 1. To give you an example, I'm going with Dogecoin at the moment, and when we are comparing the Dogecoin mining pools with the 190 people here in Platin 3 to the 84 people in Diamond 1, you can see here that the block reward in our league, in the lower league, is a little higher than in this one, but on the other hand you have only half the amount of people, but these people in this league have up to 400A, meanwhile we have only up to 200A. So depending on who's allocating what, it's gonna be quite tricky to tell if it's worth it for me in my category here to go up if I wanted to mine Dogecoin. But other coins are actually having it a little bit different and more obvious, because Ethereum is a lot less in the higher league and the other coin, for example Litecoin, is a lot more. So depending on the goals and what you want to mine, it will change a lot the actual approach approach of what league you are supposed to be in or in what you should aim to get into. And this leads us to a small problem, which I think it's gonna occur, that people basically try to avoid growing and they're gonna stay in one of these leagues unless the block rewards are actually going to get changed. So as you can see here in the Solana example, we are having a lot less Solana in the Diamond 1 category. For only half of the people, we have less than half the payout in Solana, for example. So this is a problem if you wanted to mine Solana at the moment, and the block rewards may get updated in the future and then it's gonna change. But as of right now, after just the release, that's something that I noticed, that most of the coins have a little bit worse allocations. And that being said, you also cannot mine Roller token anymore in Diamond 1. So there's quite a lot of things to think about if you are going to grow your mining power to this point here where you are a very advanced player, let's say the top 250. You really need to think hard about growing further than this and make like a lot of calculations and stuff. And in the lower leagues, it also changed quite a lot. So the league system is very interesting, but it comes with a lot of questions and a lot of problems for a lot of people. Let's take a small break from the league system because I want to say a big thank you to Timothy. You're not only supporting me by watching the content, but also financially at this point. I really appreciate that, bro. And if you want to join Timothy to also get some shout outs here on the channel in some of the upcoming videos and also like a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments, you will find a join button below the video somewhere and also a link in the description. I really appreciate all of the support, guys, and let's get going with the league system. Also inside of the league at the moment, there is a problem that people were in wrong leagues and they tried to abuse the system a little bit. So maybe you have in your Gold 1 league where you are supposed to have 1A and maximum 2A, you now have a person there so all of a sudden that has 200A and he's gonna steal all of your rewards basically. And the Rollercoin team is already on it and fixes this. Basically they say here, we have updated all the leagues recently and now it should be correct users distribution, and there might still be some people that are in the wrong league, but that's gonna be fixed. So basically we need to wait it out a little bit until your earnings are going to be back to normal or what they are supposed to be, because of the leaderboard being a little bit wrong at the moment and people being with way too high mining power inside of your league. And in my case, I have allocated everything to Dogecoin, and that is here in this menu where you can basically see your own mining power, and you can allocate your mining power when you click the button of edit my power. And now this system here looks very promising. It looks way better than it was before. Now also when you are actually changing your mining power here and you click the save button, then you can see a timer that tells you how much longer you will need to wait to basically switch your power back and forth to the other coins again. So that is very good. I really like the new overview and the new layout here, how the UI looks. And also I really like that you can now basically see on point here what you will earn if you are having allocated more than just one coin. If for example now I would want to go with Dogecoin and Solana, then I will have in this tiny overview here all of the coins that I will receive every 10 minutes basically, all of the block times, everything in one spot. So the interface changes are huge and I really like them so far. The only thing that I think is a little bit too complicated now is to know if it's getting better the next league or if my earnings will basically drop. That involves a lot of thinking now, and before it was kind of straightforward. The more power you had, the more you're gonna earn. Now depending on the league and the coin that you want to mine, the more power you have will not necessarily mean that you're earning more, because maybe in Bronze 2 you are getting more Roller token than you would get in Bronze 3. So that is a little tricky in my opinion. But that being said, anything below Gold 1 or maybe even Platin 1 should not even think about their earnings, because most likely you will have such tiny earnings that you will not withdraw anytime soon. So concentrate on growing your mining power as much as you can, and then at some point in Platin 1 or Platin 2 you would need to think about either staying inside of the league depending on the coin that you are mining, or you are going to just outgrow everyone else basically, like what those people in the top 100 do, and then you're at some point going to land in Diamond 1 or Diamond 2 with the top 100 people. And I think in the long run it's gonna balance itself out and the leagues are going to be updated every now and then. So on average talking, the earnings should be higher the higher your actual league is, and the lower your league is, the less earnings you potentially could expect. Also keep in mind that at some point we will have different block rewards here. These ones are going to get updated and we're gonna see how this turns out in the future. So while I was not a huge fan at the beginning when they released this, now I can tell that the league system actually looks quite good depending on what they're gonna do out of this basically. At the moment I'm earning a little bit more Dogecoin than I used to. Before they were actually releasing the leak system, I was earning 0.5 Dogecoin every 10 minutes on average, and that was before I actually got my new miner today. Now we are earning a little bit more, and as you can see here, I was growing my mining power by 9%, meaning my actual earnings from before should have been like 9% more, which would have been equivalent to like, let's say 0.54 Dogecoin. We are earning a little more than that at the moment because of the people that allocated their coins to Dogecoin. So overall, I think it just really depends on the actual league that you are in, that this update gives you a little bit more coins or a little bit less coins, but it is very hard to tell because obviously I don't have the data of the lower leagues. Just in the case of Platin 3 and above, I would say that it equals itself out and you're basically earning the same plus minus 5% or something like that. So overall, the league system, I thought it's gonna mess up everything and it's gonna be super bad, but in this case it didn't really change anything, and maybe that's the case for you too, or maybe it entirely ruined your earnings. I'm super interested about that. Let me know in the comments down below what happened to your account. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any more questions about the league system, let me know in the comments down below, and I see you in the next one. Bye!